more sommeliers, more chefs, more winemakers. When you support the Wine and Food Foundation of Texas, you're helping create a more vibrant wine and food culture in Central Texas. Since our founding, we have invested more than $1.5 million to make a lasting impact in our Austin community, and we continue to do so with your support. We host study groups, provide classes for professionals and consumers, and fund vineyard research. We send sommeliers, chefs, and winemakers around the world for conferences and training. From California to Australia to France, they learn about process, craft, new trends, and then they bring that knowledge back to Texas. We are making Austin's wine and food scene exciting, diverse, and most of all, world-class. The Wine and Food Foundation of Texas. Toast, feast, give back.
Good evening, members and friends. My name is Denise Silverman, and I'm honored to serve as the Executive Director of the Wine and Food Foundation. It is my sincere pleasure to welcome you to Nourish the Soul, a hospitality industry benefit. And for those of you who joined us last night, welcome back. As I said last night, this year we're doing something new and different. That's our theme in 2020, a new look, a new website, and a virtual auction. Last night's program was fantastic. For those of you who missed it, we'll post a link to our website so you can watch the replay. We raised $20,375 from donations and the silent auction. In addition, we have $9,500 from the donations that came with our VIP sponsor tables. That brings us to $29,875 as we kick things off this evening. So we are just getting started. As many of you know, I started here at the Wine and Food Foundation in July. Starting a new job during a pandemic isn't easy, but I was incredibly lucky to have the support of an engaged board of directors and a driven team. My first order of business was to figure out what our pandemic-imposed pivot would be. What kind of programming could we offer? How would we keep our loyal supporters engaged and attract new ones? And most importantly, how can we give back during a time of unprecedented crisis? It didn't take long to realize that we had a massive opportunity to support the hospitality industry, among the hardest hit by this pandemic. This shift in our giving philosophy is very much aligned with our mission to cultivate and invest in the hospitality community. And more importantly, supporting a vital community that has vigorously supported our foundation over the years. From there, the team and I hatched this event concept and presented it to our board of directors. The board gave us an emphatic thumbs up, but wondered how we'd get people to attend. Truth be told, I wondered too. And then I thought, who better to vet this event concept to than our loyal stakeholders and supporters? I had the opportunity to speak with many of you here tonight and ask you what you thought of a virtual event to support the hospitality community. Your feedback was not just positive, but enthusiastically positive. The team and I were overwhelmed and humbled by your support and encouragement. You are the reason we are here tonight. You're the reason that we get to nourish those who have nourished us and now need our support. I want to thank everyone participating tonight. Thank you for buying tickets to this event to support the struggling hospitality community. I'd like to give a very special shout out to those of you who had purchased tickets and tables for our canceled 2020 Rare and Fine Wine auction and were willing to transfer your investment to Nourish the Soul. On behalf of the board of directors, the team, and me, we are grateful for your support and humbled by your generosity. So cheers to all of you. A few other acknowledgements. Thank you to our incredibly generous sponsors. Thank you to our amazing presenting sponsor, H-E-B, and to our other sponsors, Cap Trust, The Label Collective, Elios Production Design, Twin Liquors, and our generous wine and beverage donors. Thank you to our board of directors who have supported us every step of the way. And again, a personal thank you to Board President Pat Conroy and President-elect Jerry Valdez for their leadership and trust in me. And thank goodness for these professionals around me tonight, these technological geniuses who have brought our vision to life. Tanya, Adam, Leighton, and the whole crew, this literally would not be possible without you. And finally, to my team, first, Hillary Weldy, our Senior Director of Events. To say that Hillary has been working hard on Nourish the Soul is an understatement. She's a powerhouse, and I'm lucky to work with her. Thank you to our office manager, Megan Engel. She keeps things running behind the scenes every day. So tonight, we have some really fun stuff planned. We are going to pay tribute to a special long-standing board member, and then we'll have our live auction and an opportunity to raise your virtual paddle to support our cause. But before all of that, we have a special treat for you. As many of you know, Schramsberg Vineyards was scheduled to be our featured winemaker at our Rare and Fine Wine auction this past spring, which, due to COVID-19, had to be canceled. Well, Hugh Davies of Schramsberg Vineyards took some time out to send us this very special message. Please enjoy.
Hello, Austin. Hugh Davies, a second-generation vintner in Napa Valley at Schramsberg Winery. I'm excited to be with you today to help you kick off the Rare and Fine Wine Auction in Austin for this October. Also looking forward to coming to Austin in April of next year for the festivities. I know that you're raising money for people impacted in your community by the pandemic, and excited to help you with that. Here in California, we've also been impacted. Been a tough year, and we're excited to be able to do some tasting activities still at the winery, outside only, or through virtual activity. And we appreciate the business very much that we do with people in Texas. Thank you for enjoying our wines and helping to support our businesses here in Napa Valley. I brought a saber. Actually, I was going to saber a bottle to help you guys kick off the auction. I've got our Blanc de Blanc here, the 2017 vintage. With any luck, I'll be there in Austin in April of 21, and we'll saber a larger bottle. But with that, let's see if we can get this done on a count of three. A 1, a 2, and a 3. Look at that. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we love you, Austin. Can't wait to be there in April. And good luck tonight as you guys raise much needed funds for people impacted by the pandemic. Cheers.
Hi, I'm Jerry Valdez, President-elect of the Wine and Food Foundation. Pat, wasn't that exciting to see the champagne bubbles flowing? I wish it were in person.
I love the way he sabered that. Now, he says he's going to saber a giant one when he comes next year for our auction in April. So I hope he is actually able to do that.
Well, we're going to keep him to his word, but we're going to welcome him with open arms. We all wish we would have been with Hugh Davies and his team last April. Little did we know we'd be facing the global pandemic that has struck us. But I want to also acknowledge not only thanking him and thank you for his continued support, he's been a delight, but to remember the Napa community and the surrounding areas and a lot of the wineries that have been impacted not only by the pandemic and our inability to visit and others, but also by the fires that have ravaged that community. It is a frustrating time for sure.
Oh, it's terrible. I was in Sonoma in March just as the pandemic was beginning to appear, and they shut the state down. And as I was coming back, I haven't been back out since, but I've heard from many of my friends in the wineries out there in both Napa and Sonoma about all the damage, not so much to the buildings and those things, but the grapes. I know that one particular several wineries that I've heard from have said they're not going to make any wine or any red wine this year.
I've heard the same. Just added to the list of frustrations that we deal with when it comes to 2020. Speak of 2020, it's been an interesting time to head up a 30-plus year nonprofit organization during this time, including but not limited to the fact that we have dealt with membership issues, sponsorship issues. The morale's been high, I think, by the board. And I think we have tried to do our very best, but we're especially proud of taking on an extraordinary task of hiring a new executive director during the pandemic. And I didn't know that we could actually interview and hire without meeting somebody physically in person until we made a final offer. But we got it done. We're extremely delighted to have Denise Silverman in place, along with our existing team, and they have hit the ground running as we promised her that we would do once the selection was made, and here we are today, taking care of not skipping a beat, providing for an opportunity that supports our wine and food, our service industry in our community, and doing the very possible. But we have raised a lot of money, not just this year, but over the years.
Yeah, I'm so proud of what the foundation has been able to do over the years, and literally donating millions of dollars to the wine and food community in Austin, and we're now with this Nourish Your Soul, we'll be able to raise additional money in this time when the food and wine community is so drastically affected in Austin.
Just this year alone, without this event, the board has felt so strongly that we're up to $35,000 just to the service industry, the food and wine industry and service industry in our community. And who knows what's next, other than it's up to you guys. Keep bidding, keep donating, keep believing in what we're doing, not just tonight, but moving forward, including our additional membership, including additional sponsorship, a lot of our tastings, a lot of our events. We can do a lot more to help because I think the need is there.
Yeah.
So.
And one more thing, Jerry. Since our auction was canceled or postponed, I guess, until next year, next April, I wanted to take a minute to recognize our longtime auctioneer and longtime board member of the foundation, Harvey Kronberg.
How do we go an event without acknowledging the greatness that is Harvey Kronberg? I would say he has a heart of gold, but the reality is maybe we should say he has like the heart the size of a Nebuchadnezzar. Is that like the biggest,
Yeah.
the biggest bottle there?
At least a Jeroboam. It's,
A Jeroboam at a minimum.
Or Methuselah, maybe.
Methuselah, but
Yeah.
a heart of gold nonetheless, and worthy of what we're set to do right now.
Yeah, and what I'd like to do is honor Harvey for his many years of work for the foundation, his wonderful service as an auctioneer at our normal auctions. This auction is going to be a little bit different since it's virtual, but I know you'll be here bidding yourself, and I'd like to offer this to you and ask you to say a word or two.
Thank you. In 1991, I walked into Austin Wine Merchant and told John Rennick, the proprietor, that I wanted to start learning about wine. Well, that was 30 years ago, and I countless cases of wine since then. And I can say that there's been very few things in my life that have been as satisfying as not just, of course, drinking fine wine, but the people that I've had an opportunity to meet, essentially the adventure of wine, somewhere about 15 years ago, I got deeply involved in the Wine and Food Foundation. They discovered I knew how to conduct an auction, and raising the only thing better than drinking fine wine with fine people is having the proceeds go to fine causes. So we have raised money for everything from KLRU to Dell Children's Hospital to now we're trying to help the service industry, the sommeliers, the folks that have been most dramatically impacted by the pandemic in Austin's hospitality industry. Every auction I point out two things. One is if you're here for bargains, you're in the wrong place. We're raising money for good causes, so open up your wallet. The second thing that I like to say is that if I see a bargain go by, I too am a collector, and I have been known to bid on a variety of different things. I occasionally win. I've always announced the fact that I am bidding myself, but there are so many extraordinary once-in-a-lifetime opportunities to buy things at these auctions that you should not let the opportunity pass you by. And thank you guys for the honor. It's been at least 15 years of more fun than you can imagine.
Thank you, Harvey.
Harvey, thank you. We know where your heart is and the passion that you've put in, not just to the events, which are enormously fun. And it's really especially fun to watch Harvey conduct the auction, pause, bid on some lots, and then continue the auction right where he left off. I mean, it takes some real talent to get that done. But we know where your heart is, not just for the auction, but with the board, with the organization. And that's the minimum amount of what we can do until we can all gather again and drink great wine. So,
well, in vino veritas.
Excellent.
In wine there is truth.
Thank you very much.
Good evening, friends. My name is Gail Stallings, and I am thrilled to serve as your professional auctioneer while we nourish the soul to support the Wine and Food Foundation. And Harvey, I know the foundation is so appreciative of all the good work and the impact you've had over the years as the Foundation's auctioneer. I can feel your heart and passion for this organization. I'm honored to step in as the virtual auctioneer during this year of so many changes. Bidding and donating from the comfort of your couch has never been easier. You can toast, you can feast, all while giving back to tonight's beneficiary, Southern Smoke. This is such an amazing organization, and what a great cause, helping workers in the food and beverage industry impacted by the pandemic. A couple reminders before we begin. If you are logged in and watching this live stream, you are ready to begin bidding. If you're watching this with friends, please remember you need to be logged in on your own device to bid or donate. Now, if at any time you run into technical difficulties, text or call 512-466-4520 for live help. You can bid from your phone or computer in the live auction, so bid big and bid often. And during our virtual Raise the Paddle, you can make a 100% tax-deductible gift. Again, you need to be on your own device to bid or to donate, so join from your device right now and make sure you're ready for all the bidding fun. It's now time to begin our live auction. So where's all of my spirited bidders to compete for the rare and fine wines offered in our 5 live auction packages? Yes, they're saying, let's do this, Gail. I am, and I'm going to have the help. I have monitors here. I can see everyone in the chat box, so I can see you, I can feel you, I can feel the love for the Wine and Food Foundation. Now, bidding will be fast, so bid early and often, and do not wait until the last seconds to submit your bids. So let's move on to our first package. This is with 4 bottles from Colgan No. 9 Estate. Colgan Cellars is known for producing exquisitely handcrafted red wines. The 2 bottles of Colgan No. 9 Estate 2010 and 2 bottles of Colgan No. 9 Estate 2011 use only the finest neoclassical winemaking methods. Thank you to our donors, Karen and Thomas Vaughn. The 2010 is rated 100 by the Wine Advocate, and 2011 is rated 98 by James Suckling. Drinkability is now to 2038. This lot is for all 4 bottles and will not be sold individually. The bidding is now open at $500. So while you're entering your bids, which I see Pat Conroe has already started us, we're going to have sommelier Mark Rauschop tell us more.
Thank you, Gail. Great to see you all out there. What to say about this amazing first lot, the Colgan No. 9 Estate. It is a great lot to open up the auction. This wine is everything that you think of when you think of Napa Valley. Rich, bold, silky, dark fruit, opulent. And then with Colgan, you take that and you amplify it. And then you take the subtleties and you make them more intriguing. It's truly remarkable. Robert Parker called the No. 9 Estate as close to viticulture nirvana as you can get. How cool is that? This is the best plot from Colgan, as I said. It's at an incredible elevation just east of Oakville. When this wine came on the scene, it practically invented the category of cult California wine. As for the vintages, 2010 was one of the best in the past 20 years. 2011 was a little bit more difficult, but now critics are going back and re-rating. So much higher scores, and the wines are evolving beautifully. So that 94 points is definitely going to be going up. However, when it comes to wines like Colgan, the vineyards are perfectly situated and no expense is spared at the winery. They sort every single berry. You are guaranteed fantastic quality every year. This wine is a must for top-notch cellars, or if you just want to experience what perfection in Napa Valley is all about. Good luck in the bidding.
How's this? We're starting in Nirvana. So we had the opening bid at $500, then we went to $600 with Mora and $700 with Russell. Mora came back in at $800. Russell's back in at $900. I'm asking $1,000. I'm at $900 now, one, and $900 now, one, now, one, now, one. Mora, come on back in. Russell's in at $900. Pat, you started us off. Would you like to come back in? We're at $900, asking $1,000. Yes, Mora's back in at $1,000. Now Pat's in at $1,100. Nope. Caleb, hello, welcome to the auction. He's at $1,200. How about 13? I'm at 12 now, 13, and $1,200 now, 13. Now, remember, this is for Nirvana. We're at 1,200, now 13. How about 1,200, now 13, now 1,200, now 13. Who else wants to come in at 1,200, now 13? What do you say? Oh, yep, Mora's in at 1,300. Remember, 2010, the wine there benefits from the double decanting. Everyone loves double decanting. 2011, well, that's freshness and black fruits. The wine is bursting with that. Mora's in at 1,300. How about 14? I'm at 13, now 14. 13, now 14. That's for 4 bottles there. 13, now 14. Anyone else in? I'm at 13, now 14. And I'm going to channel Harvey right now. Channeling Harvey. Harvey Kronberg would tell you, do not come here for a bargain, okay? You came here to support a charity. This is your chance to give. Mora's at $1,300. Anyone at $1,400. And 13, now 14. And 13, now 14. Anyone else at 13, now 14? I'm going to close this down in 5 seconds. That's in 5, 4, still watching Mora. Caleb, you can come back in. You know you want it. You were so close. 3, 2, 1, and we have closed the bottle. Thank you so much. All right, we are now moving on to our second item in the live auction. From the moment this wine is first opened, the 1982 Chateau Latour, it's magical. This is as good as wine gets. Thanks to donors Janet and Jack Roberts for this incredible wine, rated 100 by the Wine Advocate. Drinkability peak is now to $20.59. The bidding's going to start at $900. Mark, will you tell us why one taste, that's all it takes to confirm that the first impression is spot on what's to come for this wine?
Thanks, Gail. This wine represents everything that auctions are all about. You could never find this wine on a retail shelf, at least not a vintage like this. So let me start with the vintage. 1982 is the one. It is one of the handful of the entire 20th century that stands apart, along with 1929, 1945, 61, 70, 95, 2000, there's a few others. This is the vintage from the 80s that is the one to buy, and it's coming up on 40 years, which is what you kind of go for on a caliber of wine like this. It's going to be showing beautiful evolution, and it's going to age for another 30, 40. So Chateau Latour is one of the 5 first growths, along with Margaux, Lafite, Mouton, Haut-Brion, and it is thought of as the most age-worthy. This is one of the single bottles that if I could have any wine and sit on a deserted island, then I would go for this one. Good luck on this. It is going to go for something much higher than what is posted. So either way, it's a treasure. So go big on this one.
And remember, you can't find this in a retail store. All right, let's start the bidding at $900. I have Aaron in at $900, asking $1,000. Thank you, Susan. I'm at Susan at 11. Then Kristen's in at $1,100. How about $1,200? I'm at 11 with Kristen. How about 12? And 11, now 12, now 12, now 12. We're at Kristen with 11. How about $1,200? Aaron, Susan, would you like to come back in? I'm with Kristen at 1,100. And 11, 11, 11. Who wants in at 1,100? I have 11 here. How about 12? 1,100 and 1,200 with Aaron. Thank you, Aaron. I'm at 1,200. This is such a special bottle. Remember, if you were going to be on a deserted island, this is the bottle that Mark would take. So I would take that into consideration. This is the bottle. We're at 1,300. I knew. Thank you very much. I'm at 1,300 there. Now 1,413. Now 14. I'm at 13. Now 14. Now 14. I got 1,300 here. Where's my 1,400 where? 13. Now 14. I'm at 13. Now 14. When Robert Parker's wine advocate was asked, what else can I ask for in a wine? The wine advocate said, absolutely nothing except for a hope to run into it again. This is that wine, the 1982 Chateau Latour. We're at 1,300 right now. 13, how about 14? I'm at 13, now 14, now 14. Anyone else in at 13, now 14? Susan, Kristen, Aaron, you can all come back in. This is a fabulous bottle. I know you're planning that deserted island trip. And I'm at 1,300 asking 14. Anyone else in at 13 asking 1,400? I'm going to close it in 5 seconds. You're right. This does need to be on a pedestal in your cellar. Anyone else? I'm going to close it in 5, 4, 3, 2. Can you bring that in, please, a little bit closer? Yes, I saw that. Yes, I saw. She has the bid right now at 1,300. Yes, thank you. Yes, I have. I'll do that count again. We're going to be at 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We have closed the item. Thank you so much. We are now moving on to our next live auction item. It's the 2012 Arajo Islay Vineyard. That's Napa Valley Cabernet Sauvignon. It is a beauty that's velvety, opulent, and capable of drinking well now or in 25 to 30 years to 2046. The large format, now this is a 6-liter bottle. I think that's like this. It's really big, 6 liters. This was donated by Gary Farmer and is rated 98 by James Suckling and 97 by the Wine Advocate. So let's learn more about this rich and full-bodied wine as we start the bidding at $1,500.
Thank you, Gail. What a cool lot, a 6-liter bottle, amazing. The Islay Vineyard is thought of as the top-notch Napa Valley Cabernet, and it was for many years a benchmark for single vineyard. This vineyard, the Islay Vineyard, was planted since, and it's been producing grapes since the 1880s, and then it soared to fame when Milt and Barbara Islay bought it in 1969, and they convinced top winemakers to label their bottles with Islay. Paul Draper of Ridge, Con Creek, Joseph Phelps, all through the 70s and 80s, bottled it under Islay. In 1990, Daphne and Bart Arajo bought the property, and they knew that they needed to keep the amazing fruit for themselves. And through the 90s, it just soared to cult and top Napa Valley Cab. In 2000, they pioneered biodynamics in the vineyards, and in 2013, they sold it to the family that owns Latour. And so that, you know the providence when Chateau Latour in Bordeaux actually buys the estate. As far as the vintage, 2012 was an amazing vintage. And in a 6-liter bottle, it's truly a remarkable opportunity. Crack it at a party. You can age it for another 10 years and just truly enjoy it with great friends. And that's what life is about these days. So good luck, go for it.
Top notch. Are you thinking about all the people that are going to help you drink this 6-liter bottle? The opening bid was at $1,500. I have Pat in there at 15. I'm at 15 now, 17.5, and 15 with Pat. 17.5 where? Who's going to come in at 17.5? I'm at 15 with Pat now, 15 now, 15. We don't want Pat just doing this all by himself. We need to help. Pat's in at 15. Who wants in at 17.5? I'm at 15 now, 17.5, and 15 now, 17.5. Who's going to come in at 15 now, 17.5, and 15 there? Yes, Caleb's at 17.5. I'm at 17.5 now, $2,000 and 17.5. Now two. Yep, Pat's back in at $2,000. I'm at 2,000 now, 22.5, and 2,000 now, 22.5. Now 22.5. I'm at 2,000 there, and 22.5 where? This wine's savoriness. Caleb, I'm talking to you. This is hard to articulate. This finish is going to go on. You're going to tell all your friends, oh my gosh, this finish went on for a good 45 plus seconds. Caleb, would you like to back in? I'm at 2,000 asking 22.5 and 2,000 here asking 22.5 where? And 2,000 now 22.5. Would you like to come back in at 2,000 now 22.5? Pat's in at 2,000. I only have 2 bidders on this. Anyone else can come in. Please come in and join the auction. Everyone can join. This is one fine wine. I'm at $2,000 asking $22.5. And I'll tell you what, Caleb, Pat, nothing says I love you. You might as well start shopping for Mother's Day. All right? Nothing says I love you more, Mom, than giving Mom a 6-liter bottle of wine. All right? So think about that. Yep, I know what he's getting his mom for Mother's Day. Caleb's in at $22.5 and $22.5. Now $2,500. I'm at $22.5. Now $25 where? Pat, would you like to come back in? And $22.5. Now $25. Now $25. I'm at $22.5. Now $2,500 and $22.5. Now $25. Anyone else in at $2,500? I'm at $22.5. Oh, Harvey, tell me what to do. This is at $22.5. We don't want him coming here for bargains. Harvey's going to start bidding on this. Harvey, $22.5 with Caleb. Pat, would you like back in at $2,500? Anyone else in? I am going to count you down. That's going to be in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we have closed this item. Thank you very much. And confetti right there for you. Our 4th item in the live auction. This is a trio of Bordeaux 100 pointers. This is the all-time profound 1989 Le Mission Haute Brion. Thanks to Janet and Jack Roberts for donating these 3 bottles, and they're rated 100 by the Wine Advocate. The drinkability peak is now to 2050. The opening bid for this lot of 3 bottles starts at $2,000. Mark, what is it about this wine that makes tasting like it has been designed by Chanel?
Thanks, Gail. You are killing it tonight. This next lot, multiple bottle lots, are the best. You can taste one now, and the 1989 is showing stellar. And then you can decide on a plan for the other 2. You can decide, oh, all right, that was so good, I'm going to drink the next 2 in the next year. Or you can decide, all right, I'm going to wait 5 years to drink the next one and then another 10, and you can see it evolve over time. I always say buy multiple bottles. As for the winery and the wine, Mission Aubrion is adjacent to the acclaimed First Growth Aubrion, but in recent years, a lot of experts are starting to place it on par with its neighbor, and in some years it's even surpassing it. The 1989 vintage was perfect for this winery. Most experts think that this was the best vintage of Mission Aubrion that was ever made. It was a warm vintage in Bordeaux, where you can expect a little bit more robust fruit character, but it's undeniably Bordeaux with intense minerality, earth, gravel, quintessential Pessac Léognan. Every time this wine gets re-rated, it keeps getting better. Not that you can get better than 100 points. I expect this lot to go quite a bit higher than the value, so good luck.
So what is your plan for these 3 bottles? Remember, you don't have to drink them all at one time. You can do it every 5 years if you want. The opening bid is at $2,000, and I am waiting to see an opening bid come in on this item. Remember, that's a trio. Bordeaux 100 pointers. Do we have an opening bid at $2,000? Tanya, I don't have that opening bid. Can you drop that to $1,500, please? Yes, okay. Anu, thank you so much. We do have a bid of $2,000. Thank you so much. I'm with Anu at $2,000. $2,000 now, $22,500. I'm at $2,000 there. How about $22,500 where? And $2,000 now, $22,500. Who else wants to come in the auction? That's 3 bottles, each 100 points. Oh yeah, she knows this is going to be a fine wine. And what do you say? We're at 2,000 here. How about 22.5 where? 2,000 now 22.5. 2,000 now 22.5. What do you say? And I promise, if I think we're getting too high in the bidding, I will stop. I will let you know. But right now we're at $2,000, asking 22.5. What do you say? What's the plan? 2,000 now 22.5 and 2,000 now 22.5. Where anyone else? You know, the more you spend, the better this is going to taste also. So we're at $2,000. Anyone else coming in at $2,250? That's a trio, all 100 pointers. The retail is $4,200. So we are a little bit less than 50% on this. Anyone else? We're at 2,000, now 22.5. I'm going to count it down in 5 seconds. We are at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and closed. Thank you so much. Thank you. There is confetti for Anu, and thank you so much, everyone, for your generous bidding. The final live auction package for the wine dinner at the Chata residence, well, that's going to be coming up in a few moments. But first, we want to come together as a community to support the people in the food and beverage industry who need your help right here locally in our backyard. I think you'll recognize some of the restaurants we are featuring.
I feel like this whole thing is just kind of weighing on me all the time, you know?
The first industry to be singled out of all industries was the restaurant industry.
The mixed messaging at the state level has been the most problematic. Wear a mask, don't wear a mask.
We realized that we were not being safe enough.
The idea of safety in that moment is a total joke.
Anybody running a restaurant or bar or a club or whatever, they don't really sign up for this kind of thing.
Restaurant industry workers were a level of first responders because when things were fully closed down, restaurants still had to stay open in order to feed the community.
The numbers, the way the Texas is going at the moment, is pretty clear cut that we haven't done it right.
And I can't help but feel like we missed the opportunity as a country.
Is a restaurant's function in society the same?
We need connection more than ever.
We have the opportunity to just start from scratch.
When the first tickets started coming in, it's been months since I've heard the printer go off and tell me, hey, cook this food. Someone's gonna eat it, someone's gonna pay for it.
The world is different. For how long, I don't know, but it is.
I want to save my business. I don't want to be defeated by a pandemic.
Tonight is about showing the importance of the passionate work Southern Smoke does for hospitality workers who are in crisis and have been impacted by the pandemic. So you can see this pandemic is affecting our town and your favorite restaurants. We need your help more than ever, and we need to help our own. You can support the workers in the food and beverage industry with a donation from $5,000 to $50. And I want you to rest assured that the Southern Smoke staff will be working round the clock to get aid to as many people as possible. Your dollars will truly be used to save and change the lives of those who may be facing eviction, having their utilities turned off, or they need groceries to feed their families. Let's get started with our virtual Raise the Paddle, folks. What do you say? Now is the time to use your mobile device or computer to make a 100% tax-deductible donation. This is your chance to make an impact and give from the heart. Click the black Pledge Other button to donate at any time the amount of your choosing. Here's a breakdown of how your donation can help a person in real time. Remember, donate any amount at any time by clicking the black Pledge Other button. $5,000, that's assistance for 3 families at risk for homelessness. $1,500 pays a family's rent for 1 month. $1,000 feeds a family for 2 months. $500, that's 1 month of insulin for a person with diabetes. $250 for someone's child, that's a doctor's visit and meds. $100 keep the utilities on, that's for someone who has just lost their job. And $50 provides school supplies for a child. Opportunities are presented to us every day. And that's to do good and to be the change we want to see in the world. That opportunity is before you right now to help your bartenders, help your chefs, help your servers at your favorite restaurant. Since the beginning of the COVID-19 crisis, the Southern Smoke Emergency Relief Fund has distributed more than $3.4 million to 1,887 people. You can also call 512-466-4520 and make a donation. We can't do this alone, but we can do this together. And oh yes, I just heard that Gary Farmer, who could not be here tonight, who is a long-term supporter of the Wine and Food Foundation, just donated $5,000. Yes. How incredible is that? Gary, thank you so much for your continued support. And we have those donations coming in right now already. Sansi Chin at $250. Thank you. Pat Conroy at $1,000. Kristen Castro at $500. Morris Sharp at $500. Kristen Waddington at $500. Brooke, thank you, at $500. David Jabor, $2,000. Yes, Marilyn Davis at $500. Denise Silverman at $500. Wine and Food Foundation, I don't know if that is another gift or if that is a separate one. Maybe someone can clarify that for me. And we have Amber Pierce at $500. Another one with the Wine and Food Foundation at $1,500. There's Michael Marson at $1,000. Anu Shada at $1,500. Brian Azar at $100. Don Heath, was that the one at $5,000? Yes. Thank you so much. This is so amazing. And I also want to acknowledge the virtual table sponsors this evening. And I'm still watching over here. And each level of table sponsor came with an automatic donation to our beneficiary. The amount totals $9,500 and is already reflected in the event donation tally you see on your screen. So here's a big thank you to all our virtual table sponsors for your generosity. And I just want everyone to know that so far what you're doing, Southern Smoke, this is going to help so much because they treat each applicant anonymously. And it's on a case-by-case basis. But the average grant amount is approximately $2,000. So your donation is a gift that will be with you always. And those you help, they may never meet you, but they will be grateful for what you are about to do. So go ahead, keep clicking on that donate button now. And we have Steve Tipton in at $500. Susan Salch at $1,000. Alexis is at $250. Thank you so much. Andrew West at $1,000. This is so awesome. Thank you so much. We feel the love. This is can't wait to see what this is going to total. But let me give you one more reason why you might want to do this. Well, maybe you didn't win all of the items we're bidding on the silent auction or the live auction packages. Well, how about considering a donation for a 100% tax deductible gift? We have another gift of $1,000 from the Wine and Food. Oh, Harvey Kronberg is at $1,000. Thank you, Harvey. Thank you so much. You just continue to keep doing so much for the Wine and Food Foundation. Because you know what? You all have a chance to give the best gift in the auction. This is the gift that fits in your heart, and it has no expiration date. So while the world is most uncertain, the one thing is certain. Southern Smoke Foundation will continue to do the work and to fulfill its mission to take care of our own in the hospitality industry. And Marilyn Davis, I'm reading your comment right now, and you say, we owe our hospitality and service industries so much. Thank you for feeding and taking care of us during this pandemic. Yes, thank you so much. And you can keep donating throughout the night. You do not have to stop right now. But thank you so much for this outpouring of generosity. Please give yourselves a virtual round of applause for what you have done. There is no gift too big or too small. If there is any amount I did not call out, you can enter any amount and click the green donate button. So let's keep these gifts rolling in. Now it's time for our final live auction package. This is the wine dinner for 10 at the Chadha residence. Thanks to our donors, Anu and Puneet, the Chadhas, they are going to be opening up their exquisite home to 10 guests. This is going to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience with famed local chef Sterling Ridings. Our hosts are going to work exclusively with Chef Ridings to pair the wine from their impressive cellar, and this is going to be on a Saturday evening in September 2021. We're going to start the bidding at $3,000 as you hear how the Chadha's favorite bottles will pair with the delicious creations of Chef Ridings.
Thanks, Gail. Last lot. I hope everybody has spent some money, and I hope you spend a lot of money on this one for this amazing cause. I'm not going to talk about all of the wines of this lot. I just wanted to talk about the Chadha family has been very generous with the foundation. Their cellar is incredible. They have hand-selected the wines to go with Sterling Ridings' cuisine. He is such a subtle and an amazing chef. I have had the opportunity to eat his food on several occasions, and it's just incredible. The wine list is balanced, and there's something for everybody. There's California, there's Burgundy. All of them are iconic producers, and it's just going to be an amazing event. And we really need to cherish these communal, intimate experiences, particularly in these times. So go big on this. Support everything that we are doing, and enjoy just incredible food and wine with this last very exciting lot. So I really look forward to seeing what you all come up with. Good luck.
And there's something for everyone. The wines are balanced. And let's start the auction. We started that at $3,000. That's with Jeff at $3,000 and asking $3,500 at Greg. I'm at Greg at $3,500, now $4,000. I'm at $35 with Greg. How about $4,000 where? And $35, now $4, now $4, now $4. It's just so easy. Just click the button. Just click it. It's right there. It's green. Just click. We're at $3,500. Yes, and Caleb's back in at $4,000. I'm at $4,000, now $4,500. And $4,000, now $45. And $4,000, now $45, now $45. What do you say? I'm at $4,000, now $45. Don't ask for permission. Ask for forgiveness. At $4,000, now $4,500. Keep bidding. I counted 7 bottles. 7 bottles, and you can see the full listing in the description, but this is coming from the Chadhas, their impressive cellar, and it's going to be paired with innovative cuisine. We're at $4,000 with Caleb. I'm asking $4,500, and $4,000, now $45, and $4,000, now $45, now $45. What do you say at $45, now $45? $4,000 there, now $45 where? This is September of 2021. Your friends are going to want to join you. Yes, Greg's back in at $45. $4,500. I'm at 45. Now $5,000 and 45 and 5. Now 5. Now 5. We're at 45 here. Now 5. Now 5. What do you say at $5,000? I know you want this. You told me no last time, Caleb, but let's do it one more time. I'm at 45, asking $5,000. Let your money buy you happiness. Buy this dinner. Yes, Jeff is in at $5,000. I'm at 5,000. Now 5,500 and 5,000. Now 55. I'm at 5,000 here. Now 55. Greg, would you like back in? I'm at 5,000 with Jeff. 5,500 where? Caleb, you can come back in also. And 5,000 with Jeff. And 5,500 where? And 5,000. Now 55. All the wine, the amazing food. It is going to be exquisite. 5,000 asking $5,500. I promise. Remember, I told you if you're bidding too high, I will stop and let you know. But I think we can do more. Remember, this is all going to benefit our hospitality industry, food and beverage industry here in Austin, our community. We're at $5,000 asking $5,500. Anyone else in? I'm at 5,000 asking 55. Jeff, are you going to get this dinner, or is he going to come in? I don't know. I think Greg, someone's nudging you. They would like this dinner also. 5,000, now 55. Anyone else in? I'm at, yes, hello, Pat. I'm glad you're back in. I'm at 55, now 6,000. Now we really have an auction going on here. So Greg can come back in, Caleb can come back in, Jeff can come in. I'm at 55, asking $6,000, and 55, now 6, and 55, now 6, now 6, now 6. I'm at 55 here, now 6,000 where? You know you want it, don't stop now. You are so close to getting this amazing meal, this amazing chef, all those wines. I'm at 55 asking $6,000. You know you want it. The more you bid, the better this meal is going to taste. The wine, everything tastes better. I'm at 55 asking $6,000. Last chance. Jeff, Greg, Caleb, you can come back in. And 55, now 6,000. Yes, Caleb says, I want that meal. I want you to have it too, Caleb, but I want to see if Pat wants to come back in. We're at 55 with Pat. Caleb's in at 6,000. I'm at 6,000 asking $6,500. And 6,000, now 65. And 6,000, now 65. Oh, I know a new bot. She got some wines here tonight. I don't know if that's going to be part of this, but she got some amazing wines tonight. So yeah, even at 5,000, even where we are at $6,000, oh, this is an incredible meal. I'm at 6,000 asking $6,500, and 6,000, now 65, and 6,000, now 65. Anyone else in at 6,000? I'm asking 6,500. Pat, you are so close to having that meal. I already saw you writing down your guest list, so don't disappoint. Add them to this, have that meal. I'm going to count you down in 5 seconds. This is your last chance. And this is going to be in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we have closed this item. Thank you so much. That was at $6,000. It's been such a pleasure to be part of Nourish the Soul. Thank you for such a fun and inspiring evening. I would like to return the program back to Denise Silverman.
That was amazing. Gail, thank you so much. And thank you to all of you for your unbelievable generosity. This has been an amazing evening and an amazing 2 evenings. Thank you to our presenting sponsor, HEB, and to all of our other sponsors, Cap Trust, The Label Collective, Ilios Production Design, Twin Liquors, and our very generous wine and beverage donors. Thank you to you, our attendees, who have been so unbelievably supportive and generous. Thank you for being here, for supporting the foundation and Southern Smoke and the hospitality industry in crisis. We look forward to seeing you at upcoming virtual events. Be sure to check our website for details. And mostly, we look forward to seeing you in person on the other side of this pandemic. Have a great weekend. Cheers, y'all.